Hi everyone and welcome back to Planet Property. It's Saturday afternoon in mid-April, which means only one thing: we are revising for the APC. Whilst everyone else is out having fun or doing whatever people do on a Saturday, we are here, head in the books. But you know what? It's not too long, so like I say, it's mid-April, which is terrifying because that means if I get my first choice assessment session, it's only about 5 weeks until final assessment. Oh my god, when you say it like that, it's terrifying. So yeah, I thought I'd just show you what I'm doing today. I'm just gonna put in a few hours this afternoon and yeah, there's nothing more to say really. It's not very exciting. My glasses are reflecting, which is really annoying. So what are we doing today? I am gonna watch a YouTube video actually, which I'll link down below just in case anyone wants to watch it, about IPMS for measurement. Making some notes on that. Then I've got a detailed list on my whiteboard of everything I want to get done this weekend. I want to go through my valuation summary of experience really in depth and try and pull out some potential questions from that. And I want to go through my ethics flash. I'm trying to do ethics sort of really regularly at the moment, just sort of little and often to make sure that that information stays in my head. So measurement, vals and ethics I think is the focus of the weekend, or I don't know, we'll see how we go on today because this video is only an hour long. And then yeah, no, I should be able to do all that today actually, I think. As I said previously, the majority of the questioning in your APC final assessment comes from your written submission documents. So that's why it's so important to print it off and just go through it with a fine-tooth comb, pick out any areas that they might ask you some questions about. And like I say, I know my biggest weakness is valuation. So that's the focus of today, because on Saturday and Sunday I've got a bit more time to go into this kind of stuff, whereas during the week we're just sort of doing little bits of top-up information here and there. And I have to say my flashcards are an absolute saviour. I just take them on the train with me and look over them in the mornings, and just it keeps the knowledge ticking over in my head. So without further ado, let's crack on because I'm just procrastinating now. So I'm going to watch this video, make my notes, summarise. Should go and get my measurement flashcards from last year, shouldn't I, to make sure that all aligns. Yep, and then yeah, we'll move on to vals I think. Just finished my CPD, made some good notes. It felt fairly good actually. So if you've seen my revision timetable video, you'll see that I record every single day that I go over a topic and then I give it a RAG rating on how it felt. So I would say that that felt like amber. Most concepts I was like, yeah, okay, this is good. I know this, I'm familiar with this, I could explain it in my own words. But the only thing I was like, oh, I cannot get the definition stuck in my head is the internal dominant face. So we need a little bit of work on that, and also just, you know, keep going over it, get it really cemented in the brain to get it to green. But we're going in the right direction, so that's really positive. So I'm just gonna put my notes in the measurements section of my chunky ass folder. I didn't make any new flashcards on that because, like I say, it was largely just sort of refreshing things that I already know. But I did go through my flashcards and just sort of, yeah, keep the topping up. But especially because it's only a level 1 competency anyway, I'm quite happy with that. Just as an overview summary, like I say, keeping it in my head. So we're gonna do this, put my flashcards away for this, and then I think I'm gonna go make a cup of tea because I'm really tired. I did a big run this morning. So normally I do my long runs on a Sunday, but tomorrow's the Brighton Marathon, so I knew I wouldn't be able to go and do a big run, certainly not down on the seafront or anything. So I had to do my big run this morning, and I was just it leaves me so, I mean, I ran a half marathon, well, just under a half marathon, so, it's fair enough that I am a bit tired, but marathon and half marathon training don't really coincide well with doing the APC. I mean, it does because it switches my brain on, and to be honest, the time that I'm running, I do think about this kind of, I think about my revision and I think about things, and it helps cement concepts in my head. But just in terms of like the physical effects of it, I'm just so tired today. Also, I'm always really tired on a Saturday anyway from a big busy week, but that's a load of ramble nonsense that no one really cares about. So yeah, I'm gonna make a cup of tea, and then what we're gonna do next, we're gonna go through valuation, summary of experience, and really pull everything out of all of my examples that I've put in there, and just, yeah, bam, 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 hammer it home. I have a feeling that this is gonna be a red, because I haven't looked at vowels for a little while, and if it's not constantly in my mind, I just, oh, it's my weakest area. I know it's my weakest area, so we've just got to do it a lot. But it'll be fine. We're getting there. We've still got, I said 5 weeks sounded alarmingly close, but 5 weeks is a long time in the grand scheme of things to get this stuff all done and up to date. And like I said, I'm not learning from scratch by any means, so we're just cementing the information in my head. So it will be fine. I will see you in a minute with my cup of tea. You'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. You told me when I was just a child, so the nights we will. Do 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 do. Just using Avicii The Nights as perfect justification for booking my 4th holiday of the year. Yeah, 4th. Was anyone else absolutely devastated when Avicii died? It's every time I hear a song or think about it, it makes me so sad. I think it's very specific to people my age because it was kind of like the coming of age music when we all turned 18 and were going to the clubs was Avicii Levels. That was a huge banger when I was 18 and just started going out clubbing and stuff. And then there's one song, I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but I could but won't sing it for you, that reminds me of when I was interrailing because it was played everywhere and it just makes me feel so happy every time I hear it. And yeah, this one is just sort of, I'm very much feeling this at the moment. I think, yeah, I was talking with a friend about it the other day, and I think in this post-COVID world, people my age, sort of like late 20s, early 30s, we've gone one of two ways. We've either sort of, during COVID, gone, okay, well, you know, this is now a good time to sort of settle down, get married, have the kids, etc. Or people like myself included have gone, oh my God, I lost 2 prime years of my life. I'm going to do absolutely everything I can now to claw that back. So yeah, I'm going to go sailing in Greece this summer and I'm so excited. This is a holiday I've wanted to do for about 3 or 4 years now. And I got details of my bonus yesterday. My first ever bonus, which is so exciting. It's just, like, to me, it's mad the fact that I'm getting money on top of my regular salary. I mean, can you tell I've spent my whole life working in the public sector? But yeah, I got details of my first bonus yesterday, which is going to be paid at the end of April. So I am treating myself to this holiday that I've wanted to do for absolutely years. I'm going to go on my own and just lie on a boat and sail around Greek islands and drink wine and eat gyros and go to Athens. I've never been to Athens and see like ancient cities. We're going off on a tangent again. To get to Greece, I have to pass my APC. Well, I don't have to pass my APC, but I need to. If this is still hanging over me by the time I go to Greece in August, I'm going to be really upset with myself. So we need to sit down and get on with the APC. Stop booking flights, Evelyn. Okay, so next section of today's revision session, I'm going to go through my valuation summary of experience. And I had to do valuation to level 2, so I've just got the 2 sections. But like I say, within that, I think there's a lot they could pull out from there. So I'm going to go through it, annotate it, highlight key points, words, etc. And I'm going to come up with a as many questions as I possibly can for myself that they might pull out of this, and obviously write the answers down and run through my flashcards from evaluation that I had before. So this was a method that I did last year when I was revising. I just went through every single section of my summary of experience and pulled out where I thought they might ask me questions. And to be honest, that was a massive help, because a lot of the time I'd anticipated correctly and they did ask the questions that I thought, especially because, you know, something like this is actually, while I said there's a lot to pull from, there's also not, if that, I don't think I'm making any sense. I think I just need to sit down and get on with this, and I am completely avoiding doing this because I know that it's going to be bad and I hate evaluation, but it's a beast that needs conquering. So we ran straight through it. Like on my run this morning, we ran straight. I'm procrastinating again now, talking about running. I'm going to shut up and get on with it. Sorry about that, my battery died whilst I was doing my time lapse of me working, but I've gone through my evaluation stuff. It actually feels a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I think, you know, that's always the worst bit, isn't it? Is starting and gearing yourself up to doing it, but working through it, it was fine. I've made some really good notes. I've got my questions from last year, I've got my questions from this year. I went through my flashcards just to sort of really start jogging the memory. And yeah, it all feels all right, to be honest. So I have one more thing that I want to do today, but that's just sort of go through my ethics flashcards and just keep that knowledge really, really super fresh in my brain. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here, because you don't need to see me just sit and, you know, look at the front and the back of a flashcard. So thank you very much for watching this slightly higgledy-piggledy revise with me, but drop my pen. This is what my revision's looking like at the moment. I'm managing to get a few good hours in Saturdays and Sundays, and then just doing it ad hoc as and when I can during the week. My weeks are incredibly busy at the moment, so I'd be lying if I said I was doing work on it every day, but you know, we're still 5 weeks out, so at the moment I don't see that as a problem. It's just keeping the knowledge fresh in my brain. So yeah, I'm gonna go look through my flashcards and then watch the Grand National. I've got some money on a horse and just chill and enjoy the rest of this beautiful sunny Saturday, and then we get back to it tomorrow after the Australian Grand Prix. So that's quite a nice thing, is for once the Grand Prix is on Evelyn time and it's at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, so I'm going to be up and raring to go to watch it, so that'll be fun. And then we will sit down and I don't know what I'm going to go through tomorrow. I'll see what I'm in the mood for, how with it I'm feeling. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.